January 13th, Black Friday. What a day. Yesterday was a sort of red letter day in my life. It kind of caused me to reflect, and I wrote a very long email to the 41 members of parliament. Up to the time of this video, not one of them responded. Those are people elected by you and me. Excuse me. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem as if though they understand that they are there at our bequest. But so be it. As far as I am concerned, what happened yesterday at the diplomatic center was unacceptable. Somebody with high political office in the Prime Minister's residence gave instructions to the head of their security to have me escorted out of the conference room by using a tactic that is called deception. Tell you something when they know it's something else. I'm sorry for that officer that he had to do the dirty work of whoever it is in the Prime Minister's household that was given the instruction. People must know now that when you get an instruction that is unfair, you must stand up and say no. It may cost you a job, but you definitely will have your credibility and you can get others to follow you, because that's one of the reasons the police in this country is not respected. If you could use deception in such a small issue, when you could have used an email, because I did send an email requesting that they approve my attendance to the meeting. And I told them if I did not get a response, I will be going. Now, if they had sent a response saying, I'm sorry, you cannot be permitted, I'm sorry, you are not allowed, I'm sorry, you are not welcome, I'm sorry, we do not want you here, I'm sorry, whatever, that's okay, it's okay. Not the first time I'll get a refusal. But that comes on the tailcoat of this that was sent to my office, to my company's email, advising me that there is a press conference. It's not an invitation. I never said it was. But I have never had an invitation from the Prime Minister's residence or from the diplomatic center in the over 30 or 40 times that I have been there. And mind you, this problem only started after I pulled up the Prime Minister. You see, the Prime Minister feels that he's King Rowley, and he thinks that he could do anything he wants in this country. And there's 1,199,999 people that seem to have genuflected to him. I'm not. I will genuflect to him if he's right, but I will pull him up if he's wrong. He's a public officer happening to carry the title Prime Minister, but he's not God. And he had to get his office to send out an apology, as has been publicly played on other prominent television stations. It's not my words. So you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we have a creeping dictatorship taking place. Keith Rowley, as has been advocated by many others, is not somebody that can take honest criticism. Even the former Prime Minister of this country, Patrick Augustus Mervyn Manning, told everybody in this country in the parliament, he behaves like a raging bull. And you don't know how many years I've had to deal with it. It's unfortunate that he didn't deal with it during his tenure. Today we wouldn't have had this problem. The country might have been much better. The worst part is that they brought a whole COVID situation to kind of discuss it. Can you imagine? I'm a 19-year-old radio station, and I was not permitted to be in that conference. And I know why. Dial Singh, Richards, Parasram, Rowley, Stuart Young, and of course, our very infamous and very successful National Security Minister, Ethelbert Hines, really didn't want for me to open your eyes about the issues. But be forewarned, you, the citizens of this country, they're carrying you down a road that you will not be able to come back up. Be very careful. And Keith Rowley has already planted the seed. That is the seed to appoint Christine Kangaloo as the president. That is a most atrocious decision, especially when you think or you know or there exist at least 20 people more competent, capable, and fair-minded than her. Trinidad and Tobago, you are at a crossroads, and depend on which direction you go, you will either make the country better or you will live to suffer. I've always told you all, I have a bread in my house and I have butter. I still have a stove that works, and I'm happy to drink bread, butter, water, and comfort myself. Many of you can't do that. I'm not a lavish guy. I don't show off. And anything that I've done in my lifetime, as I'm heading to become 70 years old, I have done with the interests of this country. If you do not appreciate that, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. You understand? I did not tell you that the jab was not the solution. Your and my Prime Minister told us that. And now they want to push you again by putting fear into your mind that take the jab so you could enjoy Carnival. And then after Carnival, what? Let one of the funeral parlors take care of you? It's $35,000 now to bury a dead person. How many of you all have that money to pay to bury a dead? I am sure those last 2 children that lost their life in this country, Keith Christopher Rowley ain't care nothing about that. And when he answered the question that he was asked, if he had confidence in his Minister of Finance, in his Minister of National Security, you could tell that he was not being honest. But that's the person you gave the opportunity to serve you. And that's the person who will let you eat the bread that the devil need. It's your choice, you know. Because at the end of the day, I can't force you to do what you don't want to do. What I could tell you is the action that was taken at the Diplomatic Center yesterday, the 12th of January, has to be one of the biggest and most irresponsible decisions taken by this government to move and have me removed from that conference. I am going to post those questions that I was going to ask, and then you be the judge whether the people that asked those questions that were there, whether the questions that I would have asked would have been more important as we look towards the future. I'm worried for you, but I'm also worried for myself. People who stand up to government executives, there are 2 things that happen to them. One, they are persecuted. So different arms of the government come down on them, irrespective of which arm it is. And the second, because your life could be snuffed out so easy, the amount of people outside there that will just take a bly to perform a criminal and unacceptable action. Hear what? I know that my life is under threat. But if that is what the maker upstairs have for me, I can't change that. I hope it is not. Because I hope to be around for a long time to enjoy the country the way it's supposed to be enjoyed. Enjoy your weekend. What are you going to all inclusive fets? Hear what? drink, get drunk and be merry, drink and drive drunk, and hope that you wouldn't get in an accident and kill nobody? Because that is your attitude. If that's your choice, 2 thumbs up. Have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday.